On this episode of Small Town Gen X.
Okay, because I remember there was like, felt like there was like an urgency to drink.
Because I'm like, hurry up, because you were in line, and then you had to get back to class.
Right.
So if you didn't get a drink, you were screwed. You didn't get a drink.
Or you had to go back to practice. Like they were like, okay, you would have to come back, and maybe you wouldn't get a drink because, Which, when you think about it, like you didn't get to have, like, let the people have a drink.
I know.
Hello? Oh, do I have a story for you? Oh, do tell. Hello and welcome to the podcast Small Town Gen X.
We're two friends that grew up together in a small town who happen to be cousins. Can't get any more small town than that.
And we have a bunch of stories to tell you from our childhood. I'm Kate.
And I'm Lana. We are pretty excited to record this episode.
We are, because we have Jenny back in.
Part two.
Yeah, we had more to talk about.
Yeah.
We thought we'd have Jenny back in, and it's kind of fun to have the three of us in because then we actually see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
That doesn't.
We
all live in the same small town.
Yeah.
We never see each other.
And we never see each other
because we're slaving away.
Yeah.
Jobs.
Yeah.
And then we're too tired.
To do anything afterwards.
I'm too much of an introvert.
Me too.
Like I can't.
I am too. I don't like to go out.
We just need to do it. Well, we just had to start a podcast so that we can get together.
Yeah.
So on part one, we talked a lot about pretty much everything kind of revolved around cars.
Right.
We kind of, at the end, we kind of talked about like the water stuff and how we didn't drink much water. And I'm looking at like, we all have drinks. I don't have
cups.
Water, but we all have
cups
in front of us. And that was not a thing. You didn't like bring
No.
cups, drinks,
To
like
anything.
and everybody does it. I see everybody like, I have people who walk in to the studio. They always are bringing their.
I take my water everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine goes with me everywhere.
I mean, we're making up for it.
I guess.
For our childhood
that we were dehydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all the things that we were taught, like stop, drop, and roll. We never were taught like that we needed to be hydrated.
No.
I don't remember anything like that in like any kind of health class.
Oh, gosh, no.
No. I don't even know when that kind of started, where it was like, hey, you should drink
lots of water.
Lots of water.
Like that's what you're basically made of.
Yeah. I don't know.
Do you guys remember when you would go to like the drinking fountain?
Yes.
At school,
Disgusting.
And it would be gross. It was
gross.
It was gross.
People put their lips on the.
I know.
So
I know.
They're like
because sometimes
sucking it
wouldn't
down.
like come out.
Right.
Wouldn't have
it
a
was
good,
no
like,
pressure.
Yeah.
Right.
Somebody flushed the toilet, so the water fountain went down.
So you did just
seconds.
have to like stick your mouth on it.
Down the hallway.
Down
after
the hallway.
recess.
Yes.
Did we have a drinking fountain outside too, or not? I was thinking we had
it.
one.
I don't
I feel
remember
like there
what
was
being
one
outside.
at like
And
the
you
high
could-
school.
was it?
That was like rock. And it was built into the wall,
Okay.
like outside.
I don't remember
I don't
that
remember.
either.
Oh,
Maybe-
I just thought we had one at elementary school on the older side,
older kids.
the older
side.
kid side. I thought there was one
Oh.
right by the door
Maybe.
I don't remember that.
because
I
we'd
remember
line up
one
to get
being outside,
in.
but I don't remember
where-
what
where-
building
where-
it was.
I can't remember, but I think we had somewhere.
I'll have to ask my mom.
Yeah, ask her if
She'll
she
remember.
remembers the drinking
Yes.
fountain outside.
Do you know where they did have one because it's still there? It's up at Kennedy College
Yes.
by the court.
Mm-hmm.
There's
tennis
one.
court?
There's
Maybe
one.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Does it still work?
No.
Oh,
well,
okay.
at least when I was up there, we tried it.
Yeah,
I was doing a photo shoot up there with a kid, and they were like, look at this drink. Like, they were like, it was like,
they're like, what is this?
Yes, I know. What is this unique thing? And so we did try it, and it didn't have any water.
It wasn't like those newfangled ones either, where you like push. Like,
oh
do you
yeah,
remember the ones where
crank?
You had the
crank? Yes,
that's what this one is up up there. It was like a crank,
like a porcelain thing. And you had to crank it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The water was never cold.
No. Oh, it made me sick to my stomach when I would drink it too.
I just remember the only time I really remember drinking it is like during like would have been like high school, middle school, like during like basketball practice, volleyball practice, and then you would go and like get a drink. And I remember I would just want to like,
stick
you
your
would
face.
Want to stick, because you would want to suck it down, but then you would have to, people are behind you, so you couldn't drink for very long. I don't really remember. Do you remember when people did people do like countdown?
Yes.
Yeah,
I remember
because I remember there was like felt like there was like an urgency to drink
because of like hurry up, because you were in line, and then you had to get back to class, and so if you didn't get a drink, you were screwed. You didn't get a drink,
or you had to go back to practice. Like they were like, okay, you would have to come back, and maybe you wouldn't get a drink because Which when you think about it, like you didn't get to have let the people have a drink.
I know. Now all these kids, they bring bottles.
Yeah.
I mean, we never thought of. I don't remember
it was not such a thing.
No, I don't remember in high school or anything bringing our own water.
No. I don't even. Did they have cups like that? Like to-go cups like they have now?
Like these?
Like yours?
I
don't remember that.
I remember Gas and Shop used to have a squeeze bottle.
Oh, yeah.
And then they had those big mug things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do remember those.
Jugs.
I never had one, though.
No,
I don't think I never did
No.
either.
Yeah, when I'm up at the school with the one act, and my kid, the stage will be full of their
water bottles.
Their water
That's
bottles.
just weird.
Yeah, and then,
Did they give us an option at lunch instead of milk?
No, I don't think we got water. I think it was milk only.
I think so too. For sure in grade school it was milk only.
Yeah.
High school and
middle school. I don't think we
had.
I never ate the lunch, I guess, in high school and middle school. So
I did, but I just remember drinking milk, and
I never drank
didn't like milk. So
I didn't like milk either, so I never took it.
I don't think I drank at all.
I must not have.
I drank it as long as it was chocolate milk. I wasn't gonna drink the white milk.
I can't drink either.
But I like it. But now I just have it in the form of half and half that goes into my coffee.
In the coffee.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not drinking the half.
Yeah.
chugging the half and half. I mean, maybe I would. Was it middle school or was it high school that we could get pop out of the machines? Was there a pop machine?
There was a pop machine in middle school.
Middle school?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we had benches, seats.
Oh,
yeah.
And then the pop machine was we had two stair
lounge
yes.
or whatever.
And the pop machine there was two entrances. We could go down the stairs to the high school, the back way, or we could go down the stairs to the door.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was right by
the front door.
To the front door.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was right there by the entrance or to the front door upstairs.
Okay.
That one.
Okay.
Because I remember Mr. Pibb was all funky, like the Mr. Pibb logo, and that's what everybody drank was Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb.
Yes, I do remember that.
So did we ever I don't think we could have the pop at lunch, though.
No.
So when could we drink it?
We had free time or something like that. It was called.
That's
I don't
right.
remember
We did have
what
free time.
It was.
I do remember that now.
Like
those benches
free hour or something. Was that what it was called?
I
don't know.
It wouldn't have been that.
It wouldn't have been
an hour.
It would have been a whole.
It would have been just a short,
right, like a 15-minute
And was it just a
study hall or something?
Was it just an 8th grade thing, or was that all of the classes?
I don't know. Remember?
I think maybe 8th grade, or maybe it started when we were in 8th grade.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I don't remember anything else really, like that lounge area where those seats were, which I have pictures of those. Of
yes,
us on
you
that.
do.
Oh, yes.
And
yes.
And I don't know if that was just 8th grade area.
Yeah,
was it, or was it
or did everybody have that little bench? They still have those benches, by the way, but they're not
carpeted.
They're carpeted, but they're like blue.
Oh, they're not orange.
I go up.
They were orange.
They're not orange. Because now I'm gonna have to look to where that pop machine
like the
was.
locker sections, right? Like each section had their own little bench area?
I feel I
think maybe, but I don't.
And because there's a bench, was the office always like right when you went from the front door and you went up? Was the office like right there, like the secretary?
You had to walk around.
See, now there's like you right there. Like you walk
at the door.
If you walked up and you just kept going, you would like run in
because they want to know who's coming in.
Right, right.
Like before,
and then
they didn't care.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't care who was coming in.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have to ring a bell to get into the school. Now.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think I'll have to take more when I'm up there. I'm gonna look more about like I'm usually like. The kids are like running at me, and I'm usually going the opposite way as they are. So I'm usually, scared for my life. But, but I'm gonna have to like look for like the benches and stuff. And see, because I know that there is a bench that's like by where the secretary is now. But I'm gonna have to look on that other side because I feel like that photo that you have that we'll post on our Facebook page. That would have been on, like, the other side, right? Like, if we went around. Right,
that would have been, around and where you would go downstairs to the high school. Like the lunchroom.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Remember that? But the buses. Yes. The buses and stuff, that door, that back door.
Yes.
And then to the cafeteria.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been in the boys' locker area, but do you remember, like, when you would walk down the stair, like, it's the exact same way, like, we would go down there. Mm-hmm. But there's a door with a lock to get into the wrestling room.
Yeah.
Okay.
But remember that was just open.
That was just
you could just walk right in there. So that's
on the girl side. Yeah.
On the girl side.
Yeah.
And then it seemed like it was funny because I went in that the girls' locker room, and
is it still 2 locker rooms, the front and the back? Like the office was in the middle.
I don't remember that.
It was like the showers and then the lockers with like the office in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, no, this was like right when you walk in, there's lockers. Right when I walked in when I did photos.
Okay.
I take that back. I did go in the boys with another kid doing his senior photos. His parents, we all went in, and but I didn't really pay attention to that either. But yeah, right when you walked down that hall, opened the door, like there were lockers to the girls. Okay. Yep. But then those showers, I swear to God, it's the same like shower curtains there. Because I said, I'm like, do you take showers in here? And they were like, no. And
oh my God. Weren't we like, didn't at one time we were told, I mean, like we had to take showers?
I think so.
Like for PE and stuff. Yes. And I would just splash wash.
Yes.
Because I'm like, I'm not going in there.
No.
They were disgusting.
No. Ugh. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
No.
So it's always funny, like 80s movies and stuff where they're like literally like full on showers. They're like drying their hair, doing all that. It's like, how long was your gym class?
That you could do all that.
Get that 80s hairdo.
Yeah.
Yes, like the fact that you got all sweaty, like enough time to build up a sweat and then to shower and to get
rat your hair.
Rat your hair, God, you have to dry it and
rat it, spray it, and
I know.
I remember wearing a wall of hair.
I do remember that too. I just saw a TikTok of this girl that did like an 80s, like she wanted to do like the style and she was like ratting it and everything. And I don't know why, but I just kept thinking of your hair, of your bangs. Because she was talking about how the different ways she had to like, she couldn't get the height and she couldn't get the sides. Like,
oh my gosh, the sides when you winged it.
Yes.
Remember? And you put that gel or whatever
yes.
on it?
She like
it was have the right product.
Right.
Well, and so she was
They don't make it anymore.
I know. Because she was asking about people, like she has a lot of followers. And so she was asking people like, what do I use? And because it was like, I think the first step was mousse. The second step was the gel. And then, she didn't do any hairspray.
Like,
she did hairspray. It wasn't Aquanet. They don't make that anymore because of like the ozone.
Probably, yeah.
Rave
4.
Yes, yeah.
Rave number 4.
And why was it number 4? Because what happened to 3, 2, and 1?
Well, those were the lighter holds. You couldn't get your hair up with those.
So
you had to
4
spray
was
it with
like
number
the
4.
extreme strong.
I honestly don't know how I got. I mean, it was a wall of hair.
Yeah.
Did you have to use like a curling iron or anything? Like, did you spray it and then, or did you spray and
blow
dry
with it up?
Yeah. That was some hair.
Oh my God. Yeah, I wish I had
don't think
hair.
I ever had any like class pictures with it though. Like my mom would have slapped me if I had that hair in my class picture.
You probably did your hair at school.
No,
your mom probably wouldn't let you leave the house.
You would come with it.
Yeah, I'd come with it.
So what was your hair when you did that hairstyle? I kind of remember that hairstyle in like 7th grade.
Yeah,
yes.
It was in
middle
school.
school. Yeah.
Because I have pictures of like when we played basketball on the weekends or whatever.
Yeah.
And I had the wall of hair. And like
a ponytail.
Oh my gosh, you need to find those and you need to post those. Oh my God. I remember having like, I had big bangs, hair. Yeah. And my hair was always permed.
Yes, permed.
And so it was just a big ball. Like, I just feel like it was just a big nest.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was just, Or like, I was, like, my senior photos, it's almost like a triangle.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, I think that was just the style, but,
yeah, I had
bangs.
Yes.
Bangs.
Curled bangs.
Yes.
Curled
them under, yep. And then kind of fluffed them up so they were fluffy.
I remember your bangs.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
My sisters really did the 80s hair. Like, when they were in high school.
Well, they were at that like age.
They were right there at that time.
Yeah. Because we were a little bit younger during that time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why my mom just gave me perms.
My mom permed mine at home, and it was always horrible.
It was horrible. My aunt gave us home
get her
perms.
own hair done at like the.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah,
salon,
right. But we had to have our home perms. Yes. Oh, that was the worst night. And it was always like Thursday nights.
Yes.
Like if you needed a perm, my aunt would come over on a Thursday night. Yeah. And I would just, it would burn and it would sting and I would just crab the whole time.
And you guys had the
so mad.
Because of the smell.
The house so bad. It stinks in here.
Yeah. Oh, it did. Oh.
Yeah.
That
don't light up a cig,
with all your Go outside.
My dad would be out on the porch with his little cig,
Did those home perms come with the rods, or did you have to buy those separate?
No, you had to buy those separate.
Okay.
My aunt always brought them over in like a grocery sack.
Oh, we had
sure. You had a bucket. Oh, maybe she did have a bucket, like an ice cream bucket or something.
Ice cream bucket, and then it later ended up being the puke bucket.
Oh.
Is where the rods were. We found them not too long ago.
Really?
We were cleaning stuff out.
Oh my god.
Oh my
gosh.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And they were all different sizes.
Yep. My mom would just wrap them up.
I know. He would
sit still.
Yes. Oh, I hated home perms.
See, and Mom was a hairdresser, so that's why I was wondering because she had all that stuff.
Right.
But because I remember even those papers.
Yep.
Do
the
papers. Like, what did that do? I guess that probably held the chemical.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. You put that and it helped, like, because then you squirt. I just remember when you would put that chemical on, it would tickle, and then I'd want to itch my head
because it'd start burning. I always, that's how it was for me. I'm like trying to get my finger in the between the curlers.
Yes.
Don't touch it.
Yes.
And I don't know why she always did such tight My mom always did super tight curlers.
Right.
Like, why are you poodling my hair?
I don't know. Yeah.
Right.
Why not just waving it or, you
know
what I mean?
Because they wanted to stay
for a long time.
Yes. Yes.
Well, my mom would always say. Had like the mullet perm.
Yeah,
do you remember that? Where my hair was straight in the front?
Yes.
Like bangs, and then it was all curled in the back. What was that? What was that?
Oh my God.
Seriously. I remember looking at pictures and I'm like, why? And my dad would be like, because you wanted it that way. Bullshit.
Oh, yes.
Bull. I did not want it that way.
It must have been a style.
I don't think so.
It must have been a fad.
I don't think so.
I
think my mom just did it. I'm serious.
Want to do the bangs?
She just didn't want to do the bang. They didn't want to do the bangs. I don't think.
Maybe your bangs were too short.
Maybe.
To put
and
on.
It was like
they were kind of short. Your
well,
bangs
yeah, but it was like my bangs were all the way back here.
Yeah, they were. Do you remember that?
The middle of your head.
Yes, that's why I had the freaking mullet. It was like literal mullet, curly from the middle of the top of my head, and then it was straight forward. Oh, how embarrassing! That's so embarrassing.
There's times when people will be like, if I have pictures of me when I'm a kid, they're like, "Are you wearing a wig?"
That's right. You had so much hair.
I had so much hair.
Yeah,
and that was like back when you didn't like I still have a lot of hair, and I have to have them like thin it out.
Yeah, I do
or
too.
texturize it, whatever. That's like the fun thing what you say. But I think like back then you didn't really do that.
No.
You maybe layered it. Like that was kind of a thing.
I don't know. Like that, I don't even think that was until high school.
But I don't even think that helps. Like it just stacks.
Yes.
But yeah, I had so much hair, and it did. Like when I look back at some of that, like I don't know what.
Yeah, I wish I had my hair again. Yeah. I'm just like.
I always ask my mom, like, why did you dress us like this? Why?
Right.
I mean, she goes, well, that was the style.
Yeah, right.
That's her answer to everything.
Yeah.
Why'd you do our hair like this? That was the style.
Well, at least she says that and didn't say, well, that's how you wanted it.
That is not how we wanted to look. I'm telling you right now. I probably cried forever about that look. That was the worst.
Do you remember crying?
Oh, well, I don't remember. I'm sure I did.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
It was the worst. Wasn't it? See? Oh. Good Lord.
I thought it would be funny to like be ourselves for Halloween from back then, like do your hairstyle, like, you know, and I'll just wear a wig.
Yeah.
Scraggly mullet.
I remember that, like second grade. It was, you had that white shirt and pictures. Yeah. It was like a white with a flower, and you had like the little and I had hair.
I had sunglasses as earrings.
Oh my God.
I know what you're talking about. Because I did have that like mullet.
Yes.
I mean, it was a mullet.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I remember it was like longer in the back, and you had the little.
It was a party in the back.
Yeah.
With my little
with your earrings.
Sunglasses, earrings.
I feel like we all at some point had the mullet.
Oh yeah.
Probably everyone that we know.
I'm sure.
But there's
my brother had a rat tail.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
I
do remember that. I do remember that.
A lot of boys in our class had it too. I mean, that was it. That was the thing.
Yeah. Why did you do my hair like that? Yeah. It was the style. I do remember kids doing that.
Rat tail.
Yep.
And then he braided.
Yes.
There was like long ones, and then there were some people that just had like the little.
Yeah, it's like just a little one.
Yeah. Was that still called a rat's tail? The short one? I
don't know.
Or was that just a...
I don't know.
That wasn't
a stub.
It's a nubbin.
A nubbin.
That's a
Yeah, because some kids, like I remember the boys, their hairstyles, it would be like shaved head, but then they would have
that
or like a close shave, not maybe full on shave,
right? But they'd have that little bit of hair
in the that little tail,
little rat tail,
kind of
a hair waterfall.
Yes, yeah, that is funny. So we had mullet. I mean, they had mullets too, I guess too.
Yeah. Did your brother ever have a rat's tail?
No. He didn't.
That wasn't that. It must not have been. When he was in school,
probably.
Right. Probably not.
Yeah, I do remember your brother having that.
I'm trying to think of like any other like style. Like I just remember the perms, the hairspray,
the tight rolled jeans.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a thing. Yes.
Yep.
And you know what I feel like is, I mean, I think there is a little bit of this now, but not back like in the 80s and 90s where it was like a thing to wear certain brands.
Oh.
Like you would wear Guess jeans, Z Cavaricci jeans.
Yes.
I remember when I got my Z Cavariccis for my birthday.
Yeah. So excited.
Yes.
Because
they were like a paper bag waist.
Yes.
Like pleats. And then it said Z Cavaricci
on the zipper.
On the
Oh.
Yep, mine said it across.
Yeah.
My Z Cavaricci said it.
It said across your like band?
But no, across the zipper part.
Oh.
It said
mine went up and down. Like
okay.
Down it.
When you think of that, think of like, they talk about like, like the whole like sexualizing like kids or whatever now. Like people think that they're doing that. Okay, hello. Yeah. We're like, here, look at my crotch.
Yeah.
Look what pants I'm wearing.
Yeah. Pepe.
Yes, I do remember Pepe.
Pepe
I don't think I ever had Pepe. I think I just had Z Cavaricci, and then there was another one.
I know I had Pepe, like tons. Like
Esprit.
I had like the Esprit. Yeah.
What was there one that was like something man or something? Not Lawman. I don't know why that's what's coming to my head.
Lawman?
There was something that.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like there was some. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
But I remember all of those. But I feel like that was a big thing.
And Eastland shoes.
Eastland
Yes.
Shoes.
Yes.
Yes.
I had
and I did
boots. Yes.
I did have
boots,
Eastland
boots.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like color of Benetton.
Oh, Benetton.
Like
yep.
a sweater that
Yep.
then says Benetton on it.
I don't know if I ever had a Benetton.
I had one.
I don't think I did.
I had one like I remember it was like a not aqua, but it was like a blue, but not a.
Was it like a crew neck, like a sweatshirt? Because I think I had it. I actually think I did.
Did you have one?
But
mine was like
down
more
from my sister.
Oh,
mine was more like a sweater, and it was like two-toned, like different colors, whatever. And then it said that. But yeah, but I feel like that was a bigger thing.
Brands were
big then.
Yeah.
Was that in the 80s or more? That was more 90s. I feel like
Definitely
90s.
Yeah. And
Middle
I don't know,
school.
I want to say
Yeah.
junior high-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think I really cared too much in high school.
No.
Exactly what I was wearing as
I
a
remember
much.
it being as much in high school.
I'm sure we did, but I feel like middle school was like
That was a thing.
Yeah. It's so crazy. Because now I wouldn't. I'm like, well, that fits.
Yeah. I love my sweatpants and my leggings and sweatshirts.
Right.
That's what I wear.
And that's what I see kids wear.
Oh,
They're wearing their leggings and their sweatshirts all the
Oh
time.
God, we would never have worn sweatpants.
No, not in high school.
No. You always wear jeans.
Flannels. Yep. Yeah, that was the grunge.
That was a grunge.
Yeah. Yes. I feel like that was like later high school.
That was.
Doc
Martens. Oh, Doc Martens.
And those
they were
are
so
in
heavy.
now, too. Like, kids will be like, oh, I got my Doc Martens. And I'm like, that's a thing again? But I didn't even know that
they
was
were so
like,
clunky
around.
and the sole was so big.
Yeah. And I don't even think they felt they weren't.
I never
Did
had
you?
the
You never
shoes.
had the shoes?
Oh, I had the shoes.
I had the shoes.
Like
We used to get them at Alco. The Alco store in Valentine sold Doc Martens.
They had Doc Martens.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they made sandals.
Yep.
Yeah, they have sandals. I had sandals also.
Okay.
But yeah.
No,
I just
they
remember
were so heavy.
They were.
They were, and I don't think they were comfortable at all.
No.
You wore them just because they were Doc
Yeah.
Martens.
I think I either threw up or somebody threw up on my Doc Martens.
Oh no! You
But
have
I
to
don't
think
remember.
about people barfing on you.
No, that's Jenny.
Oh well, or around you, I guess.
Yeah. That's me. They throw
Yeah,
up on me.
yeah, they throw up on you. But I remember that having throw up on my Doc Martens.
Oh,
and I don't remember. Yeah,
Yeah, that is a sad day.
that might have been.
Could you wash them?
Oh, I
do you have to
washed it
throw 'em?
off. No,
Oh,
I
okay.
washed it off. I mean, it always left that little dark spot
Yeah,
when you put
in the
water.
leather,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I remember that was the thing too, like because of the Eastlands and all that stuff, where then you'd have to get the little leather
Cleaner.
for your jackets.
Jackets.
Remember
Yes.
that was
my
a big.
bomber jacket.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I had one of those.
Yes.
And
I
I
had one
remember
of
I had a
those.
black. I always wanted.
Oh,
my
you black.
Was
I had
black
brown.
one.
I did leave like some candy in the pocket at one time, and then it got in our like closet was not cooled,
Yeah.
air
Oh,
conditioned, and
right.
then it melted.
Melted.
Oh, my mom was so mad.
Oh, I bet.
She paid a lot of money for that.
Right.
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 Yes.
Those were expensive.
They were. I remember I got mine for Christmas.
I think I got mine. For Christmas
birthday
and
or something
yeah,
gift, yeah,
and
Christmas.
but it was from Yonkers.
Yonkers. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yonkers.
And Yonkers was expensive back. I mean, you know,
that was
you got some from Yonkers and.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, and that was back when you went to the mall.
Right.
Yeah. When the mall was a
thing. Yeah.
I was just talking about that with Tim because we happened to be watching the news and they were doing this story that Mike McKnight doing a story about Oakview.
Oh, yeah.
And it was this whole thing of like when you first I don't know which set of doors it is, if it was the front doors or what, but when you open the door, there's such a like suction that the door like slams.
Oh.
So that was what the story was. But then they showed like a kind of like a whole shot of all of these doors from the outside. And Tim was like, well, that door's broke. Like there was a handle broke, you know? And I'm like, do you remember when that mall was like luxury?
Right.
Like it was like,
I'm going to Oakview.
And it would be packed.
Yeah.
You'd park like a mile away.
And now there's no cars, you know,
you can park right at the front door.
No.
There's nothing left in there really.
No.
That's a sad
day, it is because that was what
fun.
Right. We just hung out at the malls, you know, when we would go.
Yeah, like you would make a day of being shopping.
We'd shop and then
have
lunch at the food court.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Westro's had that arcade or play area in it or whatever. Yeah. We'd go and do stuff there.
Right. And Westro's had the movie theater in it too.
Yeah, they did have a movie theater back then.
Yeah.
Yep.
They closed it, but then they opened
another one, yeah.
It's interesting how, like, and I know this is pretty much everywhere where malls are just dead. And I know it's because we have online and it's so much easier. But yeah, it is sad. And it is because sometimes going to the mall, like we'll go to the one in Lincoln, and I'm like, oh, it is kind of, I forget that it is actually kind of fun to shop.
To look.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like to like try on things or anything. I've never been good at that. But I love just to be like, oh, I get to look and like touch
it. Yes. See how it actually looks, you know, not just a picture of it.
Right,
you know?
right.
It's like, am I gonna like this fabric?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like go into like, you know, Bath and Body Works,
and
whatever,
smell
and
stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Or even like, you know, any of the other stores that have like the perfume, even like Dillard's or you
whatever,
know, and you walk through the perfume. And most of the time I'm like, oh gosh, let me get me out of here.
Right.
But like the experience of it.
Do they still have people like spraying? Like spraying on a thing or spraying you or
they do have people that are working like the counters and stuff.
That try to entice you.
Right.
Over,
yeah.
They don't have like the spritzer people.
Oh, they don't have that anymore where you had to dodge them all the time.
Right.
Oh, don't walk this way. I don't want
to like
I don't want to be sprayed. Yeah.
But that was how you went and you got your new, because I remember, and then I would wear perfume. Like, I never wear perfume anymore, but like every once in a while I'll be like, oh, I'll put a little on.
Yeah.
But back then you would be like, oh, I'm going to wear
my Electric Youth perfume.
Yes.
Electric Youth and what was the other?
Loves.
And there was another one like with a daisy. Who was that? What was that?
Oh, I can't remember what that one was.
Oh. I can't remember either.
I remember the daisy.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Electric
Youth.
Yeah, I remember Electric
I had
Youth.
that.
Yes. There was another one too, and now I can't think of it either. We'll have to ask people, tell us what their
perfume was.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
80s,
90s, 90s.
Mine was, Electric Youth in junior high for sure.
Yes, I had Electric
Youth.
Youth.
Mackie. I always had
You always had Mackie. I think I wore Victoria's Secret in high school.
I think I did too.
I could never do it now.
You couldn't? Would it?
Horrible.
Not like how I did. Like, I remember I would pretty much like douse myself.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'll put like just a teeny little
I
bit.
spray because
I can't even do like
a little bit
perfume. No.
Yeah.
Body spray, but
not like regular.
No.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Give me such bad headaches.
I know that sometimes when my granddaughter goes home to her house and her mom is like,
"Does she smell like you?"
She's like, "Did you spray Yaya's perfume on?" And I'm like, "No, it's just from her being next to me or hugging me or whatever." I'm like, "Nope."
Oh, that's cute. I always get worried now because people are like are sensitive to
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, oh, I don't want to like
Yeah,
overpower. Because the only
right.
time I'm gonna actually wear perfume is if I go out to do. And
something.
most of the time I'm going to see a play, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like sitting next to a bunch of people, and I'm like, oh, I'll put just a teeny on,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
so I think I'm going out.
Going out on the town.
Yeah.
Never go out on the town anymore.
I know.
What is there to do even?
Nothing.
I mean, what is there? Like, what do you and Tim do?
Well, lately, all we honestly do
play.
is go to the dog bar.
Well, yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Plays.
Oh, plays.
Yeah.
I thought you.
What?
I thought you just said you guys play. Oh. I was like, play what?
Dress up?
Yeah.
Play doctor?
I would say, like, if we aren't gonna do anything with our dog, it's gonna be plays.
Yeah. That's about all we do too.
And then no,
we haven't gone to a movie, but I refuse anymore. But then I'm like, there's nothing even out anymore.
No.
Well, there is a couple that there's one I do want to see. And there's something that's going to come out with Meg Ryan.
Okay.
Oh.
And I haven't seen her, and she like is directing
ages.
it. And I was like, I want to go to that, and I want to go to the theater because I haven't been. I did go when COVID was going. It was when Betty White was supposed to have her 100th.
Right.
Oh,
then
yeah.
she died.
Yeah.
But so it was like a celebration of her life, and we did go to that. But that's the only time I've been to the movie since COVID.
We saw. I think the only movie, and it was during COVID, was Maverick. Top Gun.
Yeah.
I think that's because I'm like, because Chuck was like, we are going to the movie theater to watch this,
it.
you know?
Yeah.
I haven't been
like,
to the movies in over 10 years.
Oh, geez.
Oh my gosh. I do want to, like I said, I want to go to those because they look good, and and we took, one of Tim's kids went to a movie. I can't remember. It was something about a video. It was a video game or Five Nights at Friday or Freddy's or
Five Nights at
Freddy's,
something like that. And it was like gonna be super busy downtown because it was Husker game.
A game. Yeah.
And we're like, you're not gonna find parking. It's gonna be crazy. So we just dropped him off and then went to the dog bar. That's not that far away. Until we had to pick him up. But I was like looking at while we were waiting for him. I was looking at the posters, of the ads of the. I was like, I kind of want to go to a movie. Yeah, have like the movie popcorn.
Right.
Oh yeah, the experience.
Yeah. And now with all those fun seats where you can
recline.
in case you could fall asleep.
Right.
Yeah.
The heated seats. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never. You
haven't sat in one. Well, we'll have to go.
Well, yeah, if you haven't been to a movie in over 10 years, we're going to go.
It's been so long.
We should go to a movie.
We'll
have to see one that something
we
that we
all
want to see.
Yeah. That's all we did though in high school was go to movies.
Yeah.
It is.
There wasn't a lot to do.
No, there wasn't.
Not at that point because our bowling alley had burned
down.
Oh yeah, that was sad.
Yeah,
it was
that
only
was
like 3 blocks. From my house.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. That was the entertainment when we were little.
Yeah, bowling alley, skating rink. There isn't really anything. They had a movie theater here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
my sisters got to see movies there.
Yeah. You never. I saw, I think.
If I ever saw
well, I don't know if it was. Remember when they closed down and then they reopened and it was like older movies? Like they would have older movies showing. And I think I went there when they had that. Yeah.
I feel like I saw
because I've been there.
I had been there too.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw E.T. there, and I feel like I saw they played Snow White.
Yeah, they did play cartoons and stuff like that when they reopened it then.
Yeah.
But
that must have been when it was that I saw those.
Yeah. But you might have saw E.T. I don't know what year they closed down.
Yeah. I feel like I did. I could be making it up. But I feel like
but I've been in there when it was a movie theater. Yeah, I do remember that.
And it's so funny because when you go in, I mean, I don't go in there really ever now that it's a bridal shop, but when I have gone in, it's so small.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, how is this a movie theater?
How is it a movie theater? And wasn't it 2 movie theaters?
Oh, I thought it was only one.
Was there just one?
I think it was just one screen.
Okay.
I don't think there'd be any way it could have had
been 2. I was thinking for some reason there were 2, but
Yeah, I think it
is very small.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
How do they do that?
It would have been like probably that little front area was the lobby. And get your popcorn and pop. And then then you just walked in right to the screen.
Yeah. To your seats.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know, like, I mean, now, though, I mean, we had video games and things like that, too. I feel like that's what we did. Like I said, she didn't remember. But, Jenny, don't you remember, like, walking around town?
Yes.
When we didn't have cars?
Yes.
Yeah,
you walked around town. And then when we did have a car and you were legally driving,
you walking, like,
we walked all over.
We walked everywhere because that's just what you did.
Yes.
Like, you just walked all over.
We were too young to drive. My mom would get so mad. You're not walking around town. And then I'd say, okay. And then we'd walk around town.
Or you guys were only 14 years old.
Yeah. She'd have her spies,
right, when we drove.
Yeah.
When we would...
Yeah, there were a couple of times. I didn't do it. I think you guys did it more often than I did it.
Well, yeah. You drove somebody else's vehicle.
You did. A van.
One time.
I remember you driving it over to where I babysat. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that time when we took that van out? When it was a group of us?
I was there for that, yes. And we ran out of
gas. Were you there?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. We had to run through the backyards. Because we didn't want to get caught.
We didn't have money.
We had to go back to get money.
Yeah,
yes.
That's right.
Do you remember when we were, I don't know if it was this time, but for some reason we did go and get gas. And then we saw one of our other friends'
mom.
Yes. And we were like, oh,
that
my
was
God,
the same
go!
night. That was the same
was
night.
It the same
and we
night?
saw a teacher, too.
Yes,
we did. Yes, we did.
And somebody put a hat on so they wouldn't be recognized.
Yes. Yes. I do.
Oh, my God. That was fun.
Do you remember
small town
another time, and it wasn't in the van, but it was the same person's family's cars, that we got, like, the car stalled in the country.
I was not there for that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got it started, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we got it started, but it was a little scary.
It was a little scary.
Yeah.
I was like, how are we going to explain this one?
Right. And I also remember when Acapulco was Rodeo Kino.
Yes.
And being like, oh, there's parents' cars here.
Yes. And we went and parked up at the top.
Yes.
And we went to Gas and Shop and got
slushies, probably.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Mountain
We parked.
Dew
Yeah.
Or Lana probably got a Snapple.
Yeah. No, I think it was pop then.
Okay.
I think I would drink. Yeah,
drink pop.
Yep. And and we.
Hopefully, I was drinking pop and not Clary Canadian.
Yeah. And we parked up there at the top while they were eating. My parents were down there.
Yes. And another set of parents.
Yep, another set of parents were there, and we parked up there, walked across the street, got our drinks, and left.
Yes. My mom, later years, I told her, because obviously then I'm not going to say anything. Yeah. Later I told her about that, and she asked, she wondered. She was like, I always wondered if you guys ever did do it. She did it like a couple of times when she was a kid, and there was a time where she got caught because she would park the car like exactly where it's supposed to park, whatever, how they did it, because they had that alley that they would then where their garage and stuff was. But Grandpa had driven by, like he was on duty.
And the car wasn't there.
And then like he drove by again, like say 10 minutes later, and the car was there. So he knew. So she always wondered, and I was like, well, I never had to do it. Like I never did underage drive. But because you guys all then had licenses.
That's right. Because you were
younger.
Yeah. So I didn't get. I just rode.
I think I took. You never took yours. I took my sister's car once.
Oh, you did.
Mm-hmm.
And did she know?
Not at the time.
Not at the time. Do your parents know that
they know? Yeah.
What did they say?
Probably. Why did you do that? I'm sure that's what my mom said. You could have killed somebody. You didn't know how to drive.
Oh, no. My mom thought it was funny. She was like, I always wondered if you guys did that.
I'm sure I've told my mom about, like, especially the van one where we went to see you where you were babysitting.
Yeah.
I wasn't there that night. No, I wasn't. It was just,
You weren't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, was it just the two of you?
It was just,
Oh.
And didn't you wear a hat too that night?
So that nobody would know, who it was pulling out the minivan.
Exactly, right? How smart.
Teenage girls.
Yeah, how smart was that? Yeah, I remember the hat. And do you remember then when we went back and we parked at that church parking lot that was down the street from where I live now?
Right.
And we went through the back alley there and we were all muddy and we got back in the car and it was covered in mud.
Oh.
And we had to, we did it. Well, at first the mother was like, why is all this mud in there? And the person, her daughter, was like, we went driving around and she didn't believe us.
I remember that. I remember either like being told that or whatever that she didn't believe. Like wow. She laughed.
Yeah.
She was like,
okay, well, we can continue this.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was wild.
I feel like that was probably the wildest we really got. Like, we were pretty, like, when people are like, oh, you must have been wild when you were in high school. I was like, oh, no, I was a total dork.
Yeah.
I was like, we didn't.
Tame.
Yeah. I waited till college to get wild.
Oh,
I mean, we did things that we probably shouldn't have, but.
I mean, we prank called.
Yeah.
We were not. It's not like we were like little angels. We did things
We'd
that
ramp the church parking lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Go, like 60 down that street and fly in the air, get the seatbelts locked on us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
choke
right.
us.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Because weren't you in a car that like it was an electric like
seatbelt. Once you shut the door, the seatbelt came. Yep.
Yeah, I remember that car. Oh
my
gosh.
I never did.
I drove that car.
But did you drive that one?
Yeah. Yes, I remember. I don't know if we were in high school or if we were just maybe our freshman year of college or something like that. And we were like back for like homecoming. That's what it was. We were back for homecoming that first year. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how, but that car was full. The trunk was full of alcohol. Oh. And I don't know why I was driving it. Because I remember being like, if
she gets in trouble, we'll just...
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to have to go down for this. Oh, gosh. Well. We'll do it in unison.
Right. Time to wrap it up, I guess,
Time to wrap up this episode. Yeah, we had some good reminiscence.
Story, yeah. Thank you, Jenny, for coming back.
Yeah.
And, being on the show.
Yeah.
You have to come back again.
Yes.
You are.
You are guest star. Yes.
Guest starring.
Knife Girl.
Jen, aka Knife
Girl. Yes.
I'll never live down my weirdness.
You will never live down the knife. Never. I was scared every time you pulled a knife out. I was like, oh my god,
here we go again.
Take that knife away from her.
I'm not a wuss. I'm gonna run at the danger.
Yes, I know. Coming upstairs, when we were all coming upstairs and you had that knife right there, I was like, oh my god.
Scare me then.
It was just protection. Yeah. Well, thanks again for listening to the three of us chat about our childhood and all the fun.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. And if you are loving Small Town Gen X, please share with your friends and go ahead and find us on Facebook and like our page.
Thanks for listening.